All right, so we're going again. So, man, my last video was 38 minutes. I really wish I had just stopped before the click event, but this time I'm going to finish up on the click event. So, let's look at what we got. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one. I'm going to refresh it. So, when we select a color, if I select red, first of all, when I hover over it, those things go white. And when I select it, the giveaway that it's selected is that the whole thing turned red. But if I turn over here and I select green, well, I should deselect red. But I didn't. So how are we going to fix that? Let's go to the TypeScript file. And what if, let's go back here. What if I'm going to give these all an initial color. Basically, I'm going to make it white, but pretty much like the opacity, see-through white. So that's the color I'm going to give them by default. And when I click a new color, the first thing it's going to do is going to give everything that color. So how do I give it by default? We'll just go to the CSS file. And that was, we're not in peg tray, yes we are. Guest peg outer, background color is, I'm going to use the RGB A tab, and 255, 255, and like a 0.3. I think that it's either 000 or 255, 255, 255. That's all. That's white. The 0.3. This is how much opacity it gets up to 1 with no opacity. So let's see. Okay, so see they got this whiteness there, and now I click it, and how very annoying. Why? Because it has that. How very annoying. Do I have to? Is my click event working? What's all this stuff? I am re-clicking this. Click. Click. I'm half doubting my click event's even working. I don't know why it wouldn't, but we're going to say log tab color. So what's happened is I'm giving it two conflicting classes. One class says have this background color, one class has that background color. So sure, it's working, but it has two conflicting classes. So maybe initially I shouldn't have this set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it by a different way without giving them a class. So let's undo what I just did. Right here. No. Right here. See, this class is conflicting with another class. It says, which background color do you want? You have two classes and they have two different background colors. So we're going to fix that right here. That was a great idea. On a knit. So let's do for let I equal 0, I is less than 6, I plus plus. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to walk through each one of those. I can grab each one of these elements because they have an I in it. Let's say there's an I here. In fact, I'm just going to grab this right here. Command C, Command B, and I'm going to say dot style. That's not it. and this ID doesn't make sense anymore. It is the same thing as that. So now that ID means that ID. Style dot ooh. I think I have this open on another thing. Just the syntax. Nice, it's exactly right there. Background color equals. Really wish that that was highlighted. Okay, let me go back and take another look at this. Style.background color. Document get element right. This I'm doing the exact same thing here. Maybe I just have a typo. It's probably that dot right there. Okay, that was on another. Man. Command V. Oh, the G was not capitalized. Equals, and here I'm doing it RGBA. I'm making this a string, and it is going to equal 255, 255, 255, 0. So when I initialize this, they're going to get this. It's not a class, but I'm going to affect their style. So let's see if this has anything. And that doesn't like it at all. And it puked. And cannot read property style of null. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. What is it telling me? And here is something that happens. Here's my theory. This is happening on init. It is happening before, remember this right here? This ng4, where did it go? There it is. This ng4 makes these 6 things exist. So the ID that I'm talking about, it exists pretty quick, but I think maybe this is trying to refer to them before they exist, because this happens on init. Little tricks like this will drive you crazy. So I'm not embarrassed at all that I just ran into it. What I am going to do is, instead of adding a class right here, I am going to go back to here. To this. What? No. To this. To this. And how I just erase that, I'm going to hit Command Z. Damn you. Oops. Pardon my language. I think I just want that. Come to think of it. Background color, RGBA, tab, 255, 255. So it is going to give them, it's going to do this to them initially. It's going to give them that's the class. But like I said, it won't conflict. As long as I don't give them a class that conflicts with it, I'm okay. So what I'm doing right here, I'm going to do, instead of add a class, if that makes sense. And it equals the color. Because this color is a color. This is a string. It's red, blue, green, and all those things. So I can get rid of this. We didn't just add a class to them. Let's see how it likes that. Loading. Okay, it has that. Now if I click this, are you going to yell at me? No. Yay. That was a clap. All right. Back to the other problem. When I click this, this one needs to go back to that. All right. So the very first thing that we are going to do is we're going to set all of those to that color. So I just erased that for loop. I pretty much need exactly what it says. For I equals 0, I is less than 6, I plus plus. We're going to do this. Let's see, Command V. This ID is going to be equal to this. Command, oh, well it is, but I have to put it above this. Command X cuts it. Command V paste it. I don't need to console log this color out anymore. We trust it. And this is going to be that same RGB. It's a string RGBA 255 255. I'm getting sloppy. 255 comma space 255 comma space 0.3. So what this does, it's a for loop, and oh my goodness. First of all, okay, this isn't going to work. This I and this I are going to conflict, so I'm going to call this J. Okay, this ID I wanted to change every time, so I'm going to go like this. Let this, I don't want, I'm not going to call this ID. In fact, I'm just going to J. I'm just going to put this string, Command X. What is that doing? Command V. All right. So just because I don't need this right here after all, I can put it there to be fine, but two things are going on here I'm keeping separate. So this I has nothing to do with this J now. Okay, so we're counting from 0 to 5 because this J is less than 6. And we're counting through the outer peg 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, style, background colors equals basically that see-through white. Every time I click it, all of them get reassigned. That way, if one was changed, we don't have to know which one. We're just going to reassign all of them to the original color. And then after that, we're going to get this specific one passed in by the I. We're going to give him yet another color, and that's going to be this color that's passed in. Enough talk. Let's see if it works. It should have refreshed by now. Okay, there it goes. Okay, you're green. So when I click yellow, green should go away. Shh, nice. You see it happening? You see it happening. Okay. How long did that take? I think I'm 13 minutes into this video. I don't want to probably go over 20. Maybe not even 15. So we have to keep track of, because when I select this, we'll do it over here. When I select black, I should be able to, let me refresh this page. Skip the instructions. When I press black, that means I can put black in here. When I press blue, I put blue in here. Pardon me. So there has to be something that holds the color, so we will have a variable called selected color, and we'll put it in here. So what I'm going to start out as, because I talked about a service, this is definitely where the service is going to come in handy, because maybe you're thinking I could say, just say, oh, selected color equals, right now it's a string that has nothing in it. Okay, that's legal. And when I click this, I'm just going to Command C, the selected color becomes this color. Why did this go like this? And this might have confused you. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Okay, well, two things at once. First things first. ignore this, but I put this in front of it. The selected color becomes the color. Okay, that's great. I've updated the selected color. But when I go to put it into, not you, into this color right here, it's in a different component. And that component has no idea what selected color means. Only this component understands what selected color means. So I need to be able to change something in here that the other component is aware of. And there's some ways to do this. That's what I'm going to use a service for. Okay, the other thing I just said, that weird thing with the this. Okay, basically this is talking about the thing we're exporting. Color, this is, the real name for this is pegtray_component.colors. This is pegtray_component.setColor. This is talking about the pegtray component, I think. If it is talking about the pegtray component, then I can say log this. And I'm making a prediction. When I log this, it's going to say you're an object that has something called colors and something called set colors and something called set color function. Oh, by the way, these can't coexist. No, selected color and select color, they can coexist. The selected color variable and the select color function. So it's an object that has these things in it. So when I console log this, that's what it should show us. Doot. Refresh. It doesn't console log until I click it. Okay, this is the pegtray component, and it consists of a colors array and a selected color part. And don't you have a function in there as well? Okay, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Basically, that was what this is talking about, the component it's being written in. Why is it like that? I couldn't give you the textbook answer, but what I can tell you is that it is very common to say, because you're going to be writing this word everywhere. You can say let when you make a name pegtray equal this, and you're not going to let me do that. You're not going to let me do that. You're not going to let me do that. You're going to make me look so dumb. Pegtray equals this, but that makes pegtray a property of this. If pegtray is equal to this, then can I say, down here where I said this, can I say this? I want to say yes, but I can't. Okay. I should cut that out of the video. In Angular 1, you can definitely do that. I also called it lpegtray, like it's Spanish or something. Okay. I could call it this dot pegtray. This is like something from Inception. Pegtray equals this. So it is a property that is equal to itself, and I don't even know what that means. So let's just make it not say that. I really wanted to get rid of you. And I'm gonna leave that selected color equals color for now, because we're gonna come to, of course, I'm gonna preface it with this again, and I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. This colors, selected color, this dot selected color. Why is it underlined now? These are all things that are going to be put into the service that we're going to make maybe in the next episode, exciting episode. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it, because my last video was so long I got to make a short one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.